Top 7 Best Motherboard for Ryzen 3 3200 in 2022. Through extensive research and testing, I have put together the list of options that will meet the need of different types of buyers. So whether it's price, performance, or particular use, we have got you covered. For more information, I have put links of products in the description. Make sure to check it out. Like the video, comment, don't forget to subscribe, and let's get started. Number 7. Asus ROG Strix B550E. The board features a 12+2 power phase design for an entry-level Ryzen 3 3200G. This VRM appears to be an overcompiled VRM solution, but considering you'll be upgrading in the future, we have good news that this motherboard can even support the latest set of AMD CPUs such as Ryzen 9 3900X. According to few recent benchmarks, this motherboard has even struck an overclock speed of 4.15 GHz at a breeze on this Ryzen series. Number 6. GIGABYTE B450 AORUS Elite. Starting with the aesthetics, the board features typical GIGABYTE RGB lighting around the top and bottom parts and features a black matte PCB. The RGB lighting can be further expanded using the RGB and addressable RGB headers and customized with several glow modes with RGB fusion. With 8+2 phases, it also has an outstanding power delivery setup for intense gaming sessions. The board comes with 4 DDR4 DIMM slots, supporting a capacity up to 64 GB, which can be overclocked up to 3200 MHz with the XMP profiles. As for the storage, you'll get dual turbo speed M2 sockets, capable of transferring data up to 32 GB/S and 66 GB/S, solder Roman 3 slots. Both of the M2 slots also feature dedicated thermal guards to dissipate heat during fast data transfers. Number 5. GIGABYTE B450 AORUS Pro Wi-Fi. The board comes with a built-in M4 socket that supports Ryzen 1st, 2nd, and 3rd gen processors. Aesthetically, the board is eye-popping with a matte black PCB, silver aluminum heatsinks, and sleek RGB show around the rear I/O and VRM heatsink. Now if you are hunting for RGB, the board has several standard RGB and addressable RGB headers. The RGB can be further customized into different lighting modes with RGB Fusion software. For the power delivery, the board integrates an 8+3 hybrid PWM power phase design to push you through extreme loads even for a longer period. Like the chipset, the motherboard utilizes the integrated with a 12V 24-pin and 8-pin power connectors. All in all, the motherboard has passed several overclocking benchmarks with boost speeds hitting up to 4100 MHz without any problems. Now if the motherboard VRM setup and heatsinks do not suffice for your overclocking habits, you can even attach multiple fans and water AI pump using the onboard fan headers and water pump header. Additionally, all the fans are fully controllable with GIGABYTE Smart Fan 5 software. The motherboard comes with 4 XDDR4 DIMM sockets capable of providing 3600 MHz speed and a capacity of 128 GB. For your storage requirements, the board comes with the TUX M2 connectors with dedicated heatsinks and thermal padding. Besides, you'll also get 6 SATA connectors capable, providing you with 6 GB/S transfer speed. The PCIe modules include 3 PCIe X16 slots, featuring with X16, X4, and zone modes, respectively. For display outputs, the rear I/O features both DVI and HDMI port, and for audio, the motherboard is integrated with a 7.1 channel Realtek LC1220 high-definition audio. To concise, GIGABYTE B450 AORUS is ideal in terms of aesthetics, affordability, and hosts various features that you usually see on high-end chipsets. Number 4. Asus M4 TUF Gaming X570 Plus Wi-Fi. With powerful 12+2 Dr. MOS power stages, extensive VRM heatsinks, the motherboard includes all the features for a stable overclocking session. In terms of cooling, the board is equipped with dedicated M2 heatsinks and extensive VRM heatsinks extending to the rear I/O. But if all that doesn't suffice, you can add additional fans with onboard CPU fan headers. The motherboard also has plenty of space around the CPU with a well-laid layout on a matte black PCB. For memory, the board features a dual-channel memory architecture that can support a maximum capacity of 128 GB DDR4 RAM with support for overclocking it up to 5100 MHz using the XMP profile. For all your storage needs, The board offers two M2 slots. These slots operate under PCIe 3.0 mode for 2nd Gen Ryzen CPU and PCIe 4.0 if you're using a 3rd Gen CPU. For maximizing the storage potential, you also get 8 SATA 6GB/S connections. As for PCIe expansion slots, the board comes with dual PCIe 4.0 x16 slots. Preeminently, the board only supports AMD Crossfire X, so you can't practically avail multi-GPU for NVIDIA cards. For content creators and enthusiast gamers, the motherboard is integrated with Realtek S1200 8-channel audio codec that provides great HD audio. To sum this all up, the motherboard offers great potential for overclocking with a well-laid VRM setup that can assuredly push the maximum clocking speeds for both Ryzen 2nd and 3rd Gen CPU. Number 3. MSI A320M Gaming Pro. The motherboard supports both 2nd and 3rd Gen processors, but it can integrate modern SSDs with ultra-fast transfer speeds using the NVMe and PCIe 3.0 modes. With a stylish carbon black PCB, the motherboard features a great contrast of red accents on the VRM and RAM slots. Since you can aspire an A320 motherboard to push the limits on overclocking, MSI has still done a good job with the heatsinks on the VRM. But if you're still interested in securing your sweet spot, you can install additional fans with the 2 available fan headers. The motherboard comes with a 6-phase power design with high-quality capacitors and premium build quality. In terms of PCIe expansion slots, there's a single PCIe 3.0 x16 slot and dual PCIe zone slots. The M2 slots on the board run on PCIe Gen 3 mode, and if this doesn't suffice your storage needs, there are additional 4 SATA ports. In terms of memory support, the board can support a maximum of 64 GB DDR4 RAM, which can be overclocked to a maximum frequency speed of 3200 MHz. For connectivity, the motherboard features excellent USB connectivity for MATX build with 4 USB 3.1 Gen 1 type of slots on the back panel and 2 USB 3.1 Gen 1 type of ports available for the front via the internal USB header. Over and above, the rear I/O features dual display ports with HDMI and DVI-D ports. On the downside, the motherboard lacks integrated Bluetooth and Wi-Fi support, which, if included, would definitely have given this motherboard a great competitive edge. To put all of the above into perspective, if you're building a rig that can provide some stable performance and inevitable gaming features without costing an arm and a leg, then this surely is the MOBO to go for. Number 2. MSI Arsenal Tomahawk Max. With a 4+2 VRM setup on the board, the motherboard offers impressive power delivery with good performance potential for both Ryzen 2nd and 3rd Gen CPU. To transfer the power to the chipset, the motherboard integrates a conventional 24-pin and a dedicated 8-pin power connector. Aesthetically, you'll get a pretty clean black and gray metallic PCB with silver aluminum heatsinks. The PCB natively blends onto the RGB lighting that is customizable using MSI Mystic LightSync software to match with the aura of your gaming setup. There's also an option to add additional RGB lighting with onboard RGB headers. For memory support, the motherboard features 4 DDR4 memory slots running on dual-channel architecture with support for a maximum of 128 GB. For GPU and expansion support, the board features 1 PCIe 3.0 x16 slot, 1 PCIe 2.0 x16 slot, and a 3 PCIe 2.0 zone slots. Both the PCIe x16 slots offer multi-GPU support for AMD cards with AMD Crossfire mode. All PCIe slots are also protected by MSI steel armor to provide extra durability in the longer run. The board's single turbo speed NVMe 2 slot capable of providing up to 32 GB/S transfer speeds using PCI Gen 3 mode, and additional 6 SATA Roman 3 ports capable of providing 6 GB/S transfer speed. Regarding the cooling on this motherboard, it comes with an extended heavy-plated heatsink design to provide maximum cooling to VRM and MOSFET. Furthermore, cooling can be further expanded with 6 fan headers and an AIO pump header. There is an option to add 2 USB 3.1 GAN ports on the front panel using the onboard USB connector. Number 1. MSI MPG Gaming Pro Carbon Max Wi-Fi. With an all-stunning gaming layout of matte black PCB and MSI native Mystic RGB lighting, it rises up to the expectation of an aesthetic PC build. with the support offered to all first, second, and third generation AMD Ryzen processors. The board does give an uncompromising gaming experience. But if you already know your gaming habits and you're sure you'll boil it down, you do have an option to add additional fans with onboard fan headers. The motherboard can support up to 128 GB of DDR4 memory, but to recall, the maximum RAM supported by the CPU is only 64 GB. In terms of storage options, the board integrates a single Turbo M2 slot and 4 SATA slots. The board also features 3 PCIe Zone, 2 PCIe X16, and PCIe Gen 2 slots. The primary PCIe slots are reinforced with MSI steel armor and can take care of the most high-end graphics card available on the market. Connectivity-wise, the front panel features 2x USB 3.2 Type Gen 1 and 4x USB 2.0. The rear panel is equipped with 1x USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A, 1x USB 3.2 Type C, and 2x USB 3.2 Gen 1 type of slots. Moreover, the motherboard features onboard Wi-Fi 5, Bluetooth. To summarize it for you, this is an excellent board for the price and features performance, stability, and above all, a solid build. So guys, that's all for the top 7 best motherboard for Ryzen 3 3200 in 2022. The links of all products are given in the description, which are updated for the best prices. Subscribe our channel for more videos. We will meet in next video. Till then, take care. Bye.